These are products that are not meant to be in the body.
I wanted to be a monster.
All of this is pure product that you've injected. It's eaten up and taken over your entire muscle.
You won't believe how far some people go for a muscular look and just how disastrously it can backfire. From bulging biceps to over-the-top pecs, these fake muscle fails will leave you both stunned and laughing out loud. Join us as we dive into the most jaw-dropping, cringeworthy, and downright bizarre cases of fake muscles gone horribly wrong. Number 20. Rich Piana. Rich Piana was easily one of the most polarizing figures in the world of bodybuilding. Piana is known for his huge size and massive personality. Piana's journey is a cautionary tale, where extreme measures are taken in order to pursue a higher muscle mass.
It's like I just joined a gym, I need steroids. You know, and it's like the day they start the gym is the day they start the steroids.
Piana stands at 6 feet 1 inch and weighs over 300 pounds. Piana's physique is quite interesting, but it has come with a lot of criticism on his end. Piana has been quite open about his steroid use, unlike many other people in his field who believe in the opposite. People in the bodybuilding world usually shy away from being open about steroids and muscle enhancements. Piana, on the other hand, was brutally honest about the lengths he went to in order to develop his giant physique. To add to that, his muscles were undeniably large and often looked bloated and unnatural, especially when it was compared to the more balanced aesthetics of traditional bodybuilders. Even after his extreme appearance, Piana became quite a beloved figure in the bodybuilding community for the transparency he has offered. Sadly, he passed away in 2017 at 46 years old and left behind a mixed legacy of inspiration and warning. Number 19. Laren Franco. Laren Franco is a great example of an athlete and a former Olympic javelin thrower who got on the wrong end of things in the athletic circle. Franco became famous not only for her victories, but for being a beauty with brains and brawn. In recent years, many have questioned Franco's fitness. It has been rumored that she uses anabolics and has even gone as far as using plastic surgery. Franco rose to prominence for her fit and sensual images and sports achievements. She looked fit and muscular earlier too, but it seems she's been overdoing it as of late. Her muscles look more conspicuous and artificial. Even her critics have noted that images she has posted on social networking sites in the recent past make her muscles look artificial. There is no proof of her having had muscle implants or site enhancement oils, known also as Synthol, but the drastic difference has led many to question whether Franco might have resorted to artificial ways of obtaining muscles. Franco's career serves as an example to would-be icons who must keep on straining to meet the implied societal standards of fitness and physically streamlined slimness. Controversy started when people noticed that in addition to her intense devotion to professional sports and work as a model, Laren Franco's body is overly pumped with muscles. Number 18. Brad Castleberry. The name that rings a bell regarding fitness is Brad Castleberry, a bodybuilder and powerlifter with extraordinary performance in bodybuilding, posing, and lifting videos on Instagram. However, he has also risen to infamy for something more negative: fake muscles and scripted stunts related to weightlifting. Watching his videos now, it has become clear that Castleberry is a living example of how it's wrong to chase fame while misguiding people. Castleberry began uploading videos of himself and his incredibly insane lifts, so insane that many within the fitness industry started to wonder if the numbers were authentic. Some critics and specialists noted that the plates in his videos seemed very lightweight for their stated weight, and no records in proper powerlifting competitions only fueled the fire. By failing to show proof of his lifts in a gym or another competition, Castleberry only gave people room to speculate further.
Isn't it just so bad, dude, that like fake lifts is Brad Castleberry? Fake lifts is Brad Castleberry.
Apart from the outrageous lifting capabilities, the physique of Castleberry stands a lot in controversy. The chest and biceps have an unnatural round look, which people believe have been built through enhancement products. It's also a possibility that he has gone through surgical procedures in order to make his body the way it is. Number 17. Alexei Lesakov. Alexei Lesakov, a Russian bodybuilder who used to be admired for the size of his body in the past, has turned into the object of scandal. One of the most famous bodybuilders and a man with freakishly big muscles, Lesakov over time transformed his appearance and made people believe that he managed to get such a body using illegal substances.
Медленно и плавно. Тренируйтесь медленно, плавно и уверенно растите.
This is the story of what happens when an athlete tries to chase glory using the wrong means. At the peak of his professional performance, Lysukov was noticed for his proportional and muscular body. Soon after, it looked as if he had an over-exaggerated build. Lysukov's biceps started bulging unnaturally in a round and puffy shape, resembling more of a tumor than muscle mass. Even though, till now, Lysukov has not uttered a word regarding utilizing enhancement oils, some people in bodybuilding have identified his exaggerated muscle shape to mean that his once natural-looking form has now been manipulated unnaturally. Number 16. Trevor Smith. The young and talented Trevor Smith died at 33, which is sad but unsurprising. Getting himself to more than 400 pounds initially,
You never reach the level of mastery. You're training up until the day you die.
Smith subjected his physique to severe training and anabolic steroid use. A user on bodybuilding.com commented that although his passing was sad, it could have been expected because of how he used to gain muscles. An organization, namely the American Urology Association, has said that while professional male bodybuilders may have significantly short lifespans, this primarily results from the risky administration of performance-enhancing agents. One can suffer major adverse health effects from high doses of testosterone and other substances, as seen in the case of Smith, which often causes cardiovascular disease and liver damage, hyperlipidemia, and so on. These hazards accompany efforts toward an unnatural musculature or hypertrophic look. Smith was famous for his rigorous training course, which he named Beyond Failure Training. He discussed it in a very long article on Muscle and Brawn and said that his approach passed the point of failure. The life he led was far from wholesome. Perhaps more and more bodybuilders will follow his example and avoid dangerous substances to improve their performance and overall physique. Number 15. Yuri Tolochko. Yuri Tolochko, a Kazakh bodybuilder known for his eccentric lifestyle, made headlines for his highly unusual decision to marry a doll.
She's so beautiful. But we are going to sleep soon because it's...
However, his bizarre personal life isn't the only thing that caught people's attention. His extreme and oddly overdone physique also raised eyebrows. Tolochko's body appears unnaturally bulky, leading to widespread speculation that he may have used muscle enhancement techniques, such as Synthol injections, to achieve his inflated look. Tolochko's exaggerated physique is a clear example of this gone wrong. His muscles lack the definition and functional strength of naturally trained bodybuilders, giving him an almost cartoonish bloated look that seems far from healthy. Tolochko's case not only stands out for his unconventional relationship, but also for his over-reliance on artificial enhancements that have given him a strange and unnatural body. Guess Tolochko really needs to put his life into perspective if he's about to marry a doll and uses different products to enhance his body. Number 14. Elena Sportun. Elena Sportun-Willemer was born near Krasnoyarsk, Russia. She had an interest in sports from an early age and enthusiastically practiced various sports in her childhood. It so happened that by the age of 7, Elena was already engaged in artistic gymnastics, but at 9, she found herself swaying in another direction. The sports she thought about choosing were swimming and cross-riding. It was not until 1995, at the age of 19 years, when she first stepped into the world of bodybuilding. Just within 4 years, she went ahead with an amateur bodybuilding competition. The competition seemed interesting to her. However, she was informed that she should change her behavior and improve her stage adjustment. To develop her ability to make these poses, she began to study some other types of art, such as choreography. She took up modern dances as well as belly dances, a special feature of hers that enhanced her stage presence. Sportun has denied any rumors that she has used any sort of banned substances, but when you see her physique in pictures and videos, it does seem like enhancements have been made. Regardless, she's won her accolades fair and square, so as long as nothing is proven against her, she should be fine. Number 13. Paul Dillett. Dillett was born in Montreal, Canada, to a French father and Jamaican mother. Before he stepped into the world of bodybuilding, he played in the Canadian Football League. Once this stint was over, Dillett made his mark in professional bodybuilding in 1991. He finished second in the heavyweight division at the North American Championships and made his debut at Mr. Olympia in 1993. He managed to secure 6th place, and in the Ironman Pro Invitational next year, he placed 4th. But Dillett's career also came with several challenges on his plate. During the Arnold Classic in 1994, Dillett experienced cramping from dehydration and froze on stage, requiring 4 officials to carry him off. People believed that due to the high use of anabolics and steroids, Dillett froze on stage and couldn't continue his pose. Although this was a bad conclusion to his performance, he still managed to continue his bodybuilding career for the next 18 years. Dillett retired from professional bodybuilding in 2012, and despite being genetically gifted, insiders noted that he struggled with mastering his posing routine. Number 12. Andreas Münzer. Andreas Münzer was an Austrian professional bodybuilder famous for low body fat and his untimely demise. He was also featured in famous magazines such as Flex and Muscle. Münzer admired another Austrian, Arnold Schwarzenegger, trying to repeat the steps of his compatriot in the bodybuilding world. He first had a face-to-face encounter with the man he revered as his role model in 1996, when Münzer appeared at the Arnold Classic competition. In the course of his competitive career, Münzer used anabolic steroids and high doses of potassium-sparing diuretics, which post-mortem examination showed was most likely a major factor in his premature death. In March 1996, Münzer, who had stomach pain for several months, was admitted to a hospital on the morning of March 12th. Doctors decided to perform surgery to stop the bleeding from his stomach by evening. However, his liver and kidneys shut down. His condition worsened to the extent that he could not receive a blood transfusion and died on March 14th. He had dystrophic multiple organ failure, which was confirmed at the autopsy. Number 11. Denis Kaplenkov. In 2002, Denis Kaplenkov's career took a pivotal turn when he met Vladimir Turchinsky, leading him to become a trainer at the Marcus Aurelius Club. Between 2002 and 2004, Denis thrived in power extremes, winning several tournaments and joining the Russian national team while maintaining a passion for arm wrestling. His trajectory changed significantly in 2008 when acclaimed coach Kot Razmadze began mentoring him. Once, Kaplenkov also held the record for strict curl until he was surpassed by Leroy Walker in 2021. Although Kaplenkov has several records in bodybuilding to show how good he is, videos of him have surfaced where experts have outlined that his physique does not look natural. Number 10. Mustafa Ismail. Mustafa Ismail, born in 1988, is an Egyptian bodybuilder who previously held the Guinness World Record for the largest upper arm circumference globally. His remarkable arm size has been largely linked to his significant use of Synthol. However, Guinness World Records has since announced that it will no longer accept claims for the largest upper arm circumference due to the numerous variables involved, which make it challenging to establish a definitive benchmark that can be considered indisputable. Ismail managed to smash this record more than a decade back, where he used to be referred to as the real-life Popeye, since his biceps resembled the cartoon character. It's interesting to see where his fitness journey goes from here. Number 9. Martin Ford. Martin Ford is a well-known bodybuilder who has built a reputation as one of the best in the world. He is a towering figure, standing at 6 feet 8 inches, with an imposing build and striking tattoos adorning his body. Martin usually draws a lot of attention from both men and women who are fascinated by his physical prowess. Although Ford first was a cricket player, he transitioned into being a bodybuilding giant and quickly made a name for himself in this industry. He became very well known for his physique, especially his size and muscularity. His tattoos also made him stand out because Ford believed that one shouldn't just show their body. If there's good ink on the body, that makes the body stand out even more. While sometimes his body might seem like it's been overdone, Ford doesn't really give in to what other people have to say. His towering stature might end up making a lot of people uncomfortable, but only he knows how hard he's worked to get to the point where he currently is. Ford doesn't let the noise from outside get to him, and he's probably heard people calling him out for using steroids and other substances. Even though Ford hasn't made any claims of using steroids or anabolics, he probably has done so with the body that he has. Number 8. Teresa Ivanchik. There aren't many female bodybuilders that set the bar so high for bodybuilding, but Teresa Ivanchik is one of those female bodybuilders who inspires other women to take their workout regime to the next level. At this point, she is both a bodybuilder and an influencer. It wouldn't be wrong to say that she has found purpose through strength. On so many occasions, she speaks about how she's found purpose using her strength and energy. But mental toughness apart, Today's focus is simply on Teresa's incredible body, which she's managed to develop over the years. Her journey started when she was messing around in her parents' basement when she was under house arrest in 2001 for a DUI. She saw a copy of Oxygen magazine there, and immediately after looking at that magazine, she said to herself that she wanted the physique of a bodybuilder. She got a job at the local gym, where she dabbled around and asked people about competing professionally. A guy in town told her to see Jeff Harlan. This guy had his gym, and was the only guy in town who knew anything about competing professionally in bodybuilding. She said that the guy first told her to eat, and she wasn't so fond of the idea, so she ditched his mentorship and set out on her fitness journey by herself. After researching independently, she returned to Jeff, and they prepared for the 2008 Mr. Pittsburgh figure. After that, the two of them moved up to bodybuilding. In 2009, Teresa focused on growth and took the entire year off to improve her body. In her first bodybuilding show in 2010, her grandfather accompanied her. Ever since that event, Teresa hasn't looked back. It's impressive to see her body for what it is today. Even though a lot of people might come up and argue that she's used steroids to develop them, there's hard work that has gone into building a body like this. Several pictures of her look quite exaggerated, but that can also be attributed to photo editing. Number 7. Valdir Segato. Valdir Segato was a Brazilian bodybuilder who injected himself with oil for bigger muscles. Segato was using fatal injections of Synthol for years. He was also at a major risk for strokes and infections in order to get huge pectoral muscles, biceps, and back muscles. Segato said in the past that his bodybuilding inspirations were Arnold Schwarzenegger and fictional characters such as the Hulk. In 2016, Segato said that he doubled his bicep size, but he wanted them to be even bigger. In 2016, he was told that he would face amputation, muscle disfigurement, or at the very least, nerve damage. His continuous use of injections never really helped his cause, because instead of improving his body, it only went on to become worse. At one point, Segato's biceps blew to 23 inches when he started injecting himself. He became known as the Monster whenever he walked through the streets, and he was incredibly proud of his title. Sadly, he passed away in 2022 due to the high amount of Synthol he had injected into his body. On the day of his death, he was complaining about shortness of breath. He was taken to a medical facility, but he fell at the reception, appearing to have a heart attack. Number 6. Darren Lyons. An Australian paparazzo and media mogul made headlines some time ago because of his unconventional approach to achieving a six-pack. Instead of having a typical routine of intense workouts and maintaining a strict diet, Lyons opted for a cosmetic surgery known as abdominal etching. Using this procedure, he removed the fat around his abdominal body to artificially sculpt his appearance of a well-defined six-pack. This helped him create an illusion of a toned physique, but this was a pretty bad move because his abs didn't even seem natural. Regardless of the outcome, Lyons flaunted his new abs pretty openly. His decision managed to spark a lot of controversy, with a lot of people openly criticizing his moves. Going to such extreme lengths to alter his body's appearance was always a risk. Some people called it a blatant shortcut to achieving body goals, while others questioned the ethical behavior of going down this route. This surgery made Lyons a symbol of how far people are willing to go in order to meet societal beauty standards, even if it means resorting to unnatural enhancements. Number 5. George and Susan Koprash. George and Susan Koprash, a married couple, have a shared passion for bodybuilding. However, this passion managed to push them to the wrong side of this profession. The couple became famous for their overly enhanced physiques. This made people believe that they were doing something different than normal workouts. Many people speculated that it was the result of synthetic substances and excessive use of performance-enhancing drugs. George's muscles have an almost unnatural look to them, giving them an exaggerated appearance. On the other hand, Susan, who wasn't as extreme in her appearance, also managed to display an unusually bulky physique for her size, raising concerns in the bodybuilding community as well. Their commitment to maintaining such extreme physiques hasn't only put their health at risk, but also serves as a cautionary tale about pursuing muscle at any cost. Number 4. Edouard Gure. Edouard Gure, a former Hollywood stuntman, bodybuilder, and model, managed to consume 10,000 calories per day and spend 6 hours a day, 6 days a week at the gym. Even though he was 18 stone and abnormally muscular in the eyes of others around him, he still felt small. Gürer had a weird obsession with becoming bigger than ever. In one interview, he said that every morning he would wake up, look in the mirror, and think, "I need to be bigger." However, his obsession eventually came to an end when he suffered a heart attack after years of using steroids to help him achieve his goal. If anything, this incident shows that repeated steroid use can be destructive for the body. Number 3. O'Neil Morris. O'Neil Morris is known as the toxic rush doctor who gained notoriety for performing illegal cosmetic procedures involving a combination of substances into patients' buttocks, including cement, all just for making those parts of their body attractive. Morris is by no means a licensed medical professional, and her career revolves around preying on individuals seeking low-cost body enhancements, often leaving them with devastating physical damage.
I have never, ever, or would dare ever to inject or have injected any human with any type of unknown substance.
Even today, many of Morris's victims suffer from severe infections, disfigurements, and even life-threatening complications. Despite these alarming outcomes, some people were drawn in by Morris's promise of helping them get their desired physical figure. Number 2. Kenny O'Neil. Kenny O'Neil has been known for his use of body injections. This has led to widespread concern about the danger some individuals go to achieve extreme body modifications. Instead of turning to professional, safe medical procedures, O'Neil turned to illegal and unregulated substances for body augmentation. As O'Neil's muscles began to take on an unnatural, ballooned appearance, the harmful consequences of these injections became incredibly evident. These synthetic substances created lumps and uneven shapes, and where did that take O'Neil? Having muscles that are closer to a cartoonish appearance than a real-life body. Number 1. Kirill Tereshin. Kirill Tereshin, often dubbed Popeye due to his exaggerated biceps, is a Russian bodybuilder infamous for his extreme use of synthol oil to achieve his bulky appearance. While his massive arms garnered him attention and notoriety, they also sparked serious health concerns. Tereshin's quest for larger muscles led to complications, including infections and muscle deformation, illustrating the dangerous consequences of prioritizing size over health. His story serves as a cautionary tale within the bodybuilding community, highlighting how the pursuit of an artificial physique can result in irreversible damage, raising questions about the lengths some will go for aesthetic appeal. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.